Ever seen someone talk big and challenge a fighter, only to regret it when they realize they're way out of their league? In today's video, we're diving into the moment when internet trolls, street tough guys, and even Navy SEALs found out what happens when they push real fighters too far. From UFC's Paddy Pimblett knocking out an arrogant TikTok challenger to a Navy SEAL realizing he's no match for an MMA champ. These are the moments when real fighters stop holding back, and the results aren't pretty. Buckle up, because these fights show just how fast things can go south when a pro fighter stops playing nice. The internet warrior who bit off more than he could chew. It all started with a guy on TikTok. You've probably seen these internet warriors who talk big but have zero skills to back it up. One such guy decided to challenge UFC fighter Paddy Pimblett. He wasn't just talking, he was calling him names and throwing insults left and right. He even went so far as to say that after Paddy knocked him out, he shouldn't call the cops. Oh, he was asking for it. This wasn't just some casual online trash talk. This guy went all in, pushing Paddy's buttons like never before. Paddy saw the challenge, and without wasting any time, he headed straight to the gym. From there, things escalated quickly. What followed was pure chaos. Watch as the so-called tough guy quickly realizes that trash-talking a trained fighter is never a good idea. In mere moments, Paddy stepped into action, and this internet tough guy quickly realized he was in over his head. Paddy's speed, power, and precision overwhelmed him, leaving him on the mat with no room to talk. Within seconds, the guy was knocked out cold. Paddy didn't just win.
Yup, he's in, he's tapping. The rules were made before,
He made a statement. This was like a reality check wrapped in a left hook. The Navy SEAL who didn't know what hit him. Next, we have a situation where a Navy SEAL, known for his military training, thought he could take on an MMA fighter. After all, how hard could it be to fight someone who's only been training in martial arts? The Navy SEAL soon found out that there's a massive difference between military training and actual fighting skills in the ring. The SEAL had been through intense combat training, but that didn't prepare him for the speed and technique of a skilled MMA fighter. When Sean Strickland stepped into the ring, the SEAL realized that his training was no match for real, hands-on combat. Sean wasn't holding back, and his punches were sharp and precise. In no time, the SEAL was left regretting his decision. The fight wasn't just about brute strength, it was about control, positioning, and knowledge of how to end a fight. The Navy SEAL thought he could overpower Sean, but the MMA fighter showed him that fighting is a science, not just about who's bigger or stronger. The SEAL was probably wishing he'd taken a few more MMA classes instead of just training to kill bugs in the woods. Lesson learned, buddy. Real fighters don't go easy on anyone. The street fighter who wanted to prove himself. Let's take a look at this next case. A street bully thought he could challenge anyone, no matter their skills. He picked a fight with a guy who had minimal training, and at first, it seemed like the street fighter might have a chance. But as the fight went on, it became clear who was the more skilled fighter. The street fighter, despite all his trash talk and bravado, couldn't match up to the calm, calculated movements of someone who had been properly trained. The bully was holding his ground for a while, but eventually, the more skilled fighter took control. The street fighter quickly realized that his tough guy persona wasn't going to cut it in the face of true skill. The fight ended quickly, with the bully outclassed in every way possible. It was a clear display of how having the right training can make all the difference, no matter how tough you think you are. This street fighter learned the hard way that fighting isn't just about throwing punches. It's about precision, timing, and strategy. Not to mention, it helps if you know how to keep your pants up while you're getting knocked out. MMA versus Street Fighter. The ultimate showdown. One of the most anticipated fights of all time happened between an MMA fighter and a street fighter. This was the showdown people had been waiting for. The MMA fighter, trained in Muay Thai, was up against a guy who relied solely on street fighting techniques. The world wanted to know who would come out on top in a no-holds-barred street fight. As expected, the trained fighter dominated the match. The street fighter, despite his toughness, couldn't keep up. With each move, the trained fighter showed just how much of a difference real training makes. The street fighter, though brave, quickly realized that his aggression and street fighting techniques were no match for a professional's expertise. The fight was over in record time, and the trained fighter showed the world that skills beat strength, every time. The street fighter, on the other hand, probably started rethinking his career path. Maybe a new hobby like knitting would be a better fit. Mike Tyson and the white boy who didn't know better. Finally, let's talk about Mike Tyson. Making Mike Tyson angry is one of the last things you'd want to do. He is a legend, and even though he's known for his calm demeanor, when he gets mad, it's a different story. One guy, trying to show off, thought he could provoke Tyson. Big mistake. Mike Tyson doesn't hold back when it comes to disrespect, and he let this guy know just how out of his league he was.
You faggot! You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive, you bitch. Fuck you, you hoe. Come and say in my face, fuck you, ass for that, everybody.
The guy quickly learned that challenging someone like Tyson is the worst mistake you could make. Tyson wasn't holding back, and within seconds, the guy found himself in a situation he couldn't get out of.
Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white pussy. Scared of the real man. I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot.
Tyson's ferocity and skill were on full display, and this guy learned that when you poke the bear, you better be ready for the consequences. Mike Tyson doesn't play games when it comes to respect, and this challenger found that out the hard way. The guy probably regretted waking up that morning and deciding to annoy a living legend. The big lesson: never challenge a real fighter. At the end of the day, these stories all teach the same lesson. Never challenge a real fighter unless you're ready to face the consequences. These guys train day in and day out, pushing their bodies to the limit to master their craft. Whether it's UFC fighters, boxers, or MMA champions, real fighters know how to turn it on when it's time. So, next time you see someone challenging a fighter, ask yourself, what are they thinking? Because trust me, it's only a matter of time before they realize they've bitten off more than they can chew. Real fighters don't just fight, they make their opponents regret ever stepping into the ring with them. And these stories prove it. It's like the old saying goes, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and don't bring your street smarts to a cage match with a trained killer. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on these fights. Who do you think was the most reckless challenger? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more jaw-dropping moments from the world of combat sports. Keep those fists up and stay safe, or at least, stay out of the way of someone who knows how to throw a punch.